I'm going to show you a real product video for a real SaaS company, the kind of video that an agency would charge serious money for. But I'm the one who made it, and I'm not a video editor. I've never used Adobe Premiere or After Effects. I don't have an agency to work with either. The only thing I did was talk to Claude. And instead of using the Claude desktop app or the browser, I use Claude Code. If you're thinking you need to know how to code to pull this off, you don't. If you've already used Claude before and you know how to have a conversation with it, that's pretty much the only skill you need. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make videos like this for your own company using Claude Code by showing you the exact journey and steps I took to get there. But first, let me show you the end result I got. This whole thing just needed 3 tools and one text file, and I'll show you the text file right at the end. But as far as video creation goes, a video like this would normally require a very experienced video editor who also knows the product really well. But I am neither of those. And that's where the power of automation really stands out. With the right tools and a strong vision, you can probably get this done in an hour. Let me show you the tools I used. The first tool is, of course, Claude Code. You need the Pro or Max subscription to actually have access to Claude Code, which, by the way, is probably the same subscription you already use to rewrite awkward Slack messages. Claude is the main orchestrator. It writes the code for you so you don't have to. It's literally coding the video into existence. But you don't even need to look at a single line of code. Your job is just to tell it what you want. And Claude needs two minions to work with, Remotion and 11 Labs. Remotion is for animation. It turns videos into React code. That's exactly why an AI that's great at code can suddenly make videos. It also gives you a preview window in the browser called Remotion Studio. Claude edits on one side, the video updates on the other, instantly, no rendering. The second minion, 11 Labs, is for sound. 11 Labs does every swoosh, click, or keyboard tick that you heard in that video, even the background music. The whole setup takes just 5 minutes. For Remotion, you just type set up a Remotion video project in this folder and install anything you need, and Claude will do the rest. For 11 Labs, you just create an account, then go over to developer options, create a new API key, and customize it. That means making sure that it has all the right permissions to make music or make sound effect or any other access for the kind of audio you want, and just give that API key to Claude. That's all you really need to have a working video creation system. One licensing note: Remotion's free tier covers commercial use for individuals and small teams. 11 Labs free tier doesn't, so for a client facing video, that one's worth a few dollars. I was just exploring this as an experiment, so obviously I didn't get the best version in the first go. I'll show you the 3 tries it took to get to the final version and the 3 different methods that I tried. So here's how this whole journey started. I made a screen recording. The product is a no-code AI agent building platform, and the screen recording showed a simple agent creation process. I gave it to Claude and I asked it to animate the screen recording like a SaaS advertisement. What you're seeing on the screen right now is what it came up with. For a first attempt, this isn't bad. Although it does have a certain do-it-yourself energy, no one's mistaking this for the agency version. And there are definitely issues with how it's cropping different parts of the screen or which parts of the screen it decides to show. All the transitions also look the same and it's kind of boring. And I was aiming for a higher standard. Now, I know Claude can see things. The model is multimodal, so it can actually look at images and video frames. And it can hear things too by running the audio through a transcription tool. So I asked it to look at the screen recording itself and draw it up in code and animate that. This is the second attempt. Honestly, I was already impressed with this, but this had one major issue. It isn't the exact replica of the product. The font is off, the sizing is off. Someone who has never seen the product couldn't tell the difference, but someone who uses it would know immediately that this isn't the real thing. That means if I wanted to send this video to the product's existing users to announce a feature, they might lose interest in the brand because they know I'm not showing them the real product. So I stopped asking it to imitate things by giving it screenshots or asking it to look at screen recordings. Instead, I gave it the design system this company actually uses. The brand PDFs, the Figma files, the SVGs, the actual CSS that the app runs on. And I gave it one reference video for what I wanted the final animation to look like. But not just to copy. I asked Claude to analyze that video and tell me how it was different from the video it had created in Attempt 2. It came back with a list of everything that was missing and what would make the video better. This is when I started getting somewhere close to what I had in mind. That was the real lesson for me. Claude was never bad at making the video, it just didn't have the right materials. And it needed a little more guidance in what I wanted to achieve. So, for the third attempt, I followed a really simple and straightforward stepwise process where Claude could build its understanding of what I wanted. Once it had all the real assets, we went about it like this. Step 1, ask Claude to make the full screens of the product. We would only use parts of the screens later on, but Claude needed to know what the entire screen looks like for context. This was the foundational replacement. In the first attempt, I had made the screen recording and given it to Claude, but in this attempt, Claude was making the screens on its own. Step 2, using the screens, plan the story. The story is as simple as the user journey, where the cursor travels, which clicks lead to certain screens, what inputs does the user give, and what does the product give back. Step 3, plan the animations, transitions, and cuts using the story as a baseline. The boring and off-brand animations from step 2 were a direct result of Claude not knowing the user journey and the story. But once it knew, it planned the transitions, animations, and cuts in a way that made the story and the message stronger. For example, I wanted the product video to indicate a higher ease of use and a lower time to value, while the real user journey had steps like login, name the agent, choose a tool, authorize the tool, and like 3-4 more steps. Not all the steps required equal screen time. Instead of equally showing all the steps, the video needed more time on the problem statement, or how easy it was to authorize a tool in a single click, or how little time it took to create an agent. This is basically the storyboarding, which Claude handled all on its own. Step 4. Before Claude handed anything back to me for review, it would run a self check against all the preferences I had already shared. And alongside each review, it would tell me the changes it had made, which creative liberties it had taken, and why, and where it assumed I would want something changed. So, the real assets and this stepwise process got me one good cut in the first try itself. But it took smaller iterations from there. Little changes, a couple of screenshots back to Claude with this animation feels boring, or this shape isn't right. All in, it took just about 6 small tries to get to the final thing that I wanted. By the way, if this has been helpful so far, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and helps me find the right audience. But anyway, back to video creation. Here's the useful part. Every piece of feedback, every attempt, every preference taught Claude something that became an ingredient in a bigger system. That system can now make a completely different video for the same company without going through the same steps again. So what's actually in the system? Very specific rules, like never show the whole app screen. Every moment is one cropped window floated like a card. Only real pixels. Every screen is rendered from the product's actual CSS, never redrawn from memory. Every card carries real content. An empty window never appears, not even in the background. One cursor and it only shows up to do something. Every click causes a real change. A toggle flips or a message sends, so the cursor tells the story as it moves across the windows. A different motion for every scene. Nothing repeats. One idea per scene, key phrase highlighted in the brand color. And after every action, a hold, long enough so you can actually read what just happened. And because of these rules in the system, the reviewing stopped being my job too. Instead of me pointing out every minor mistake, Claude reviews its own work against my checklist. It renders still frames of every scene and every transition and checks them. Is anything cut off? Does the click land? Is the text readable? Only then do I get to see a cut. And the sound effects, I never asked for those. Claude added them on its own because it had seen them in the reference video that I shared. Even the background music is something that it created on its own using 11 Labs with all the context it had from my preferences. So, where does the system live? Every correction I made, starting from the very first attempt, became a rule. And every rule became one permanent line in a file that Claude created, managed, and updated all on its own. That file is what Claude calls a skill. And a skill is literally just a text file, instructions that Claude reads before it starts working. By the final video, my file had like 30 rules in it, and I never had to repeat a single one. Remember at the start where I said that this whole thing comes down to one text file? This is the file. And it means that the next video doesn't start from scratch. It starts from everything that those 3 attempts already taught it. So I actually tested if it works. And here's a whole other video with a completely different message for a completely different audience, made using the same skill for the same company. So now you know how it works. And if you want a skill file, you don't need mine. It starts as an empty text file that Claude makes for you when you start talking to it about making videos. And there you have it. If you make one of these for your company, show me. I'd genuinely love to see it. And tell me if you're a content creator or a marketer or a video editor or someone who's just exploring AI and Claude to make their lives easier. Because all I do is experiment with AI and talk about it. So subscribe if you want to watch the next thing I build and not make the same mistakes that I did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.